Climate change is here and it's devastating. I travelled to Bangladesh with Christian Aid to see how it's affecting people's lives. Unless we act now, by the end of the century, almost 20% of Bangladesh will be under the sea. Currently, it's home to 20 million people.
We're chugging steadily south to the sea, noticing there are gaps in the forest. And so we've stopped to examine these gaps. We find a bit of a damaged Sundari tree, to which the whole forest, this greatest mangrove forest in the world, gets its name from. Yes. That is seawater.
I met a group of women who've overcome extraordinary hardship. Selina was married at 12. Climate change forced her husband to leave home. She was forced to beg for rice. Thanks to a loan arranged by Christian Aid, she's developed a thriving business, owns 3 acres of land and rents 8 shops in a local market.
We've now come to what is called a composite farm. What they're doing here is developing ways of dealing with the extra salinity and the other problems which come from climate change. There's been very little rain lately, or none, and these eggplants aren't growing. You can see they're very dusty and they're growing to very small sizes if they're growing at all. And so this is a very good example of the problems caused by the climate change in this area.
We spotted some children playing cricket on a dry field. The collapse of farming caused by climate change forces young men to find work elsewhere. Many have to leave their homes and go to the capital Dhaka. Millions more will follow. But for now, these boys are simply content to try bowling me out.
Spent a wonderful hour and a half with this cooperative, really they are, and how they struggle against really bleak external conditions, and yet they're battling on. They're still incredibly cheerful, incredibly optimistic in face of what really is probably a very bleak future.
The people I've met on this journey are kind, hospitable and tough, but they're living on the front line of climate change. This is something they haven't caused, and yet they're the ones who suffer. Charities like Christian Aid are trying to support these local people, but to seriously tackle the problem, we need to see much greater action to cut carbon emissions. Progress is being made and the cost of clean energy is falling, but if we don't act faster, many more will suffer a similar fate.